The Airbus A380, everything you need to know. The largest commercial aircraft ever built, the Airbus A380 has undoubtedly been a significant milestone in aviation. With 251 aircraft ordered, the A380 isn't necessarily a failure, but changing markets and improvements in twin-engine aircraft have simply made other aircraft more appealing. Let's take an in-depth look at this incredible aircraft, from its origins to its possible future. The story of large commercial aircraft actually starts with a Boeing 747. Launched in the 1970s, it changed the economics of flying, allowing airlines to offer lower fares on the busiest routes. It also offered much more space, leading to larger economy cabins as well as improvements in first class and the installation of onboard lounges. It even led to the development of a separate business class. Other leading manufacturers at the time, Lockheed Martin and McDonnell Douglas, didn't develop a competing alternative, focusing instead on single-deck and tri-jet wide bodies. It was Airbus, following the development of the A300, that decided to enter this market and go after Boeing and the successful 747. Airbus began working on the project in the 1980s, announcing it at the Farnborough Air Show in 1990. It aimed to have a 15% lower operating cost than the 747. Various versions were looked at, including an interesting design of combining two large fuselages side by side, based on the A340. Eventually, Airbus decided on a two-deck aircraft, referred to as the A3XX. Once construction began in 2000, it became the A380, beginning with firm orders for 50 aircraft. The naming broke the convention of sequential series numbering. The 8 was chosen for two reasons. Firstly, it represents the double-deck design of the aircraft, and secondly, it's considered a lucky number in many Asian countries, a key region for both customers and operations. The first completed A380 was unveiled at
Right now, Dell Technologies and
a ceremony in Toulouse in January 2005. It made its first flight on April 27, 2005, and first transatlantic flight to Colombia in January 2006. High-altitude testing was carried out in Bogota before it flew to Canada for cold weather testing. It received its type certificate in December 2006. Customer delivery was initially planned from the end of 2006, but this was delayed. This was attributed to problems with wiring installation, but these delays grew. This resulted in a 26% drop in share price and led to a €5 billion loss. It also was a factor in the early departure of the CEO and the A380 program manager. Singapore Airlines took delivery of the first aircraft on October 15, 2007. Emirates was the second customer, but not until August 2008, and Qantas next in October 2008. Development had been expensive as well as delayed. In 2000, the cost of development was estimated at around €9.5 billion. Airbus increased this to €10.3 billion in 2004. According to reporting in The Telegraph, by 2015, costs were claimed to be €15 billion, but analyst estimates claim they were as high as €20 billion. The main structural components of the A380 are built in the UK, France, Germany and Spain. Brought together, they're then assembled in Toulouse, France. Logistics and shipping have been a significant part of this assembly. Some parts are transported using Airbus's Beluga transport aircraft. However, other parts are transported by road and water along a specially developed route system known as Itinéraire à grande gabarit. In this process, parts first travel by ship to Bordeaux and are then transferred to specially constructed barges to go upriver. Finally, parts travel via road to Toulouse. Several new bypasses and road expansions had to be built for this. The whole process was designed to handle a construction rate of just over 4 aircraft per month. The maximum capacity exit limit of the A380 is 853. This was established as part of aircraft testing in 2005-2006 and was deemed the number of passengers that can be safely evacuated in testing. However, a typical realistic capacity is around 550. To see this in context, compare it with the second largest aircraft, the 747. This offers a maximum exit limit of 605 and a typical capacity of 410. Because the A380 is available with multiple engine options, there are 3 variants of the A380 that have separate type certificates. The A380-841 was certified in December 2006 with Trent 970 engines. The A380-842 was certified at the same time using slightly more powerful Trent 972 engines, and the A380-861 followed in December 2007 with Engine Alliance GP7270 engines. These engines make the A380 quieter than the 747 or the 777, although newer aircraft improve on this. This is valuable as some airports, including London Heathrow, lower their landing fees for quieter aircraft. Air Insight Group showed in 2017 how this alone could save over $18 million over 15 years. When it comes to cabin configuration, this naturally varies between airlines and sometimes within them. In the case of Emirates, Emirates does in fact operate the highest capacity layout of any airline with 615 two-class configuration. For the lowest capacity, there's Singapore Airlines 4-class layout with just 379 seats. The extra space on the A380 has allowed for some innovative and luxurious additions. For regular flyers in premium cabins as well as aviation enthusiasts, this has been a leading benefit of the A380. Interestingly, the same thing happened when the 747 was introduced. The extra space offered, in particular with its upper deck area, led to some excellent new lounges and bars, for example. On the A380, we've seen a new generation of spacious first-class suites being installed, many now offering fully enclosed privacy. Etihad had gone even further, offering a 3-room private residence on its A380, as well as spacious first-class apartments with a separate seat and bed. Showers have appeared for the first time as well. Emirates and Etihad, for example, both make these available to first-class passengers. Many airlines have used the space to offer a bar or lounge area for business and first-class passengers. When it comes to orders, the A380 has had a total of 251 from 14 airlines. Highfly has also acquired 1 aircraft second-hand for charter operations. As of July 2020, there are 9 aircraft still to be delivered. Breaking down the orders, the following 14 airlines operate or have operated the A380. Many of the routes listed below have been suspended due to current events. Air France, 10 aircraft. The French carrier was the first European airline to take delivery of the A380 in 2009, flying the aircraft to 16 destinations. It became one of the first airlines to announce an intention to retire its entire fleet, with the final flight happening at the end of June 2020. ANA, 3 aircraft. This was the last airline to start flying the A380 in March 2019. It operates exclusively between Tokyo and Honolulu and features an unusual turtle-themed livery. Asiana Airlines, 6 aircraft. These operate to 7 destinations from Seoul, including short and high-capacity routes to Tokyo and Hong Kong. British Airways, 12 aircraft. BA operates all aircraft in the same 4-class configuration to 8 destinations in North America, as well as Hong Kong, Singapore and Johannesburg. China Southern, 5 aircraft. This carrier uses the A380 for long-haul flights to Los Angeles and Sydney, as well as the high-capacity Beijing to Guangzhou route. Emirates, 115 aircraft and 8 more on order. The carrier operates by far the largest fleet of A380s. Emirates operates the A380 to over 50 destinations, including the shortest route for the aircraft, a 30-minute flight between Dubai and Muscat. Etihad, 10 aircraft. Routes from Abu Dhabi include London, New York, Sydney and Melbourne. It's operated shorter routes such as Mumbai in the past. Highfly, 1 aircraft. Portuguese operator Highfly has the only charter A380 aircraft. Singapore Airlines previously operated this, retiring it in 2017. Korean Air, 10 aircraft. These operate to 6 destinations including nearby Taipei. Lufthansa, 14 aircraft. The airline has flown this aircraft to 12 destinations from both Munich and Frankfurt. In May, we reported Lufthansa would consolidate A380 operations to just Munich. Malaysian Airlines, 6 aircraft. The airline operates long-haul just to London after it dropped the A380 from other European routes and regionally to Hong Kong. The airline also notably removed moved its first class in 2018, selling the seats instead as business suites. Qantas, 12 aircraft. These operate from